Alright, we are back in to Dark Souls 3. Gonna start making our way to our first Lord of Cinder today. First, we're gonna have a couple of interesting guys to fight. And these guys look scarier than they actually are. There we go. Hopefully we can draw just one at a time. Ooh! That was a solid smack from the big stick. That's what I mean. While they look intimidating, once you can actually start swinging on them, they go down nice and easy. And then there's one more up there. He should start walking down. He's got a great sword. He's a little more intimidating, a little quicker. Yeah, and he's got that combo. And he's down. And we're actually super close to the next bonfire, so all the Estus we use doesn't mean a thing. Fun fact, in a previous episode when we came through, we collected the Ember that was sitting right there. Basically, if you didn't know about the other path to go get it, you had to either wait until later, kind of at the end of the road that we're traveling now, or you had to go the alternate path to get to it. So, because Miyazaki is Miyazaki, there's a poison swamp. Honestly, poison isn't all that bad. That wasn't the item I was hoping it would be. That's okay. The item I wanted is that one. I mean, it's a worthless piece of gear. But I mean, it does have a cool look when paired with the right armor set. It's just a face mask. But now that we're poisoned, obviously our health is going to tick down, but as you can see, that ticking is very, very slow. Up here we have our first Dark Wraith of this game. Ooh! Yeah, you really don't want to get got by that. There we go, that's what I've been trying to do. And these guys almost always drop cracked red eye orbs. They're items used to invade other players. Here's the Sage's Coal, which allows you to use that crystal gem we picked up if you want to add magic damage to your weapons. And up here we meet a new enemy type, the Grue. Their weapons deal poison damage. So, I'm fairly certain there's somewhere that kind of states it plainly. But basically, at the end of this path, there's a door that you have to extinguish all these flames for it to open, and that's where we're going. Basically, you put the swamp fire out, it opens the door. And gives us a hint as to where we are going next. Okay, real quick. Would help if I had the right thing equipped. This kind of Grue is way more problematic. They've got a nasty jump attack, they can leap on you. When they do, they can then drain your health to put themselves in kind of a frenzy mode of sorts. Yeah, and then they have a dog variant as well. There is an item, Purple Moss Clump, or Blooming Purple Moss Clump, that you can use to get rid of your poison stat. Just like in the first one. But honestly, poison is such a slow tick down that I'm not typically concerned about it. So, there is one more that we have to hit. And we actually get a bonfire before we go hit it. Because right through there, through that doorway, you can see it. And we're already poisoned, so that mist isn't going to do anything to us. Alright. Get a bonfire, get a heal. We're good to go. Now normally I would return to Firelink there to spend souls and reinforce our Estus flask, but there's an item in here that we want before we do that, just so we can do both at the same time. There. Now, when we go back, we'll be able to reinforce our Estus Flask, gain a level, burn an undead bone shard.
Well, very well then taken.
Alright, let's throw this one into Endurance.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Actually, let's stop and see here if we've got anything. No, we don't have anything she wants. Really.
Just what need.
Oh yeah, and we can give coal. Not reinforce or infuse. There we go. Is that the only one we've got? Okay. And then just to double check. Look at that, we got the right amount of Titanite shards. So now we're on to needing large Titanite shards. There is kind of a quest of sorts for him to learn more spells. You have to bring him scrolls. The hiccup is after you've defeated like 4 bosses, he leaves Firelink Shrine. The alternative option with him is if you go and speak to Yuria.
Speak, Honorable. Oh, good Hollow. I'm afraid I must say, Orbeck of Vinheim is a cause of much consternation. He proclaimeth himself Lord of Hollows. If left alone, he may one day imperil thy rule, fall to this matter yearly, else we are unraveled. Decisiveness is the mark of a true monarch.
Basically, she just told you that since we're gonna go for the usurpation of fire ending, that we become the Lord of all Hollows, and this guy thinks himself the Lord of all Hollows, so she believes that basically you need to just bump him off. That way in the future he doesn't imperil your rule. And we have no further use for him.
Then there's only one thing to do.
So, I mean, may as well.
This hero now.
Ooh. Wow. And then you can either...
But why? Was that all I'm worth?
You can either give his ashes to the Shrine Handmaiden, who will continue selling his items, much like if you send Greyrat to pillage and he dies. Or...
Speak the Honorable Lord of...
you can give her his ashes.
Orbeck's claim is proven false. As it should be our right and deserving Lord of Hollows, it is a Londor treasure befitting of a true Lord of Hollows. May the dark sigil guide thy way.
We get the Morian Blade,
Till we meet again.
which... The Morian Blade isn't something we'll use on this run, but it is interesting that it is a straight sword that causes bleed. Which is kinda unique. I'm fairly certain it's the only one that is like that. Anyway. We'll travel back here, and then we are going to essentially take on a mini-boss. I say mini because it does give us a soul, but it does not have a named health bar. Obviously, a poison gem is what you use if you want to give a weapon poison infusion. Come back here. So while we can go in right here, we're actually going to go in up here. Because we have a fake wall to get the Dream Chaser ashes. And then this thing, if you kneel down and pray to it, you can join its covenant. But now we're gonna go pick a fight with a demon. Because its soul is very useful to us. Especially with low vitality. Yeah, low vitality. I get vitality and vigor mixed up because they are very similar words and mean almost the same thing. So you want to stick in close, but not too close. This thing has a nasty grab attack that if it gets you, it will not only get you, but squeeze you to damage you and throw you. And sometimes it throws you right over the edge. So now that we have that secure, we are going to go this way. And you can see the smokestack, basically, of the next fire we have to put out. All the way down there. So we're not doing that right this minute. We got other important business to attend to. A large Titanite shard, Dragon Crest shield, which actually we're going to swap for. Just because the next boss does fire damage. And honestly, this shield will carry us the rest of the way through the game. Oh, I forgot about that guy. It's okay. First, we're going to get rid of some of these guys. Come on. He didn't get to scream enough. I was wondering where all those sounds were coming from, like there was another one on us. My guy. Too far. Just making sure there's nothing else here. Okay. So this fall, if you do not do it right, is far enough to kill you in this game. Oh, and you know, I sent the lift back down just in case we ended up having to do this a second time. So now that we have its soul, run back here, and we should have enough large shards, only 2 are required, to level up our axe.
Just wasn't he?
No, we're on, okay, we're a little higher than I expected. That's fine.
Ashen One, what woeful umber this barren dust, stuff of a fool, won't yield. Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Oh yes, I clinging to lofty dreams in this. It must come from one most. Wouldst thou not?
So we're not going to sell it because we do need it.
Ashen one.
And I think this soul requires...
So.
Yeah, it requires 5,000 souls to purchase the ring we want.
Now.
So now, you see our weight ratio in the upper right is at 64.2. Not a big difference, but enough of a difference. To be able to, wear our actual armor set without an issue. To make sure we don't have any other better options on us. Okay. So now, I'm going to go back to here and go for the last fire that we have to hit. Because that door is actually right there, but the last fire is this way. And don't be too intimidated by this guy. He may look like a dragon. But he's kind of closer to one of the overgrown, rotted Grue things. I mean, he's not overly strong, but he is strong enough to be annoying. And yeah, he does crap like that, and then releases these that seek us. And there's actually another one right over there. You can see the slight movement, basically right where our head's at. Yeah, we don't have to fight him if we don't want to, and I rarely ever want to. Now we go up here, and we snuff out the final flame. And then, because they give us some of these oh, not shrine. Oh well, it's fine. We're good. I didn't want to be here anyway. So the next boss is... There are 2 summons available for him. But there's kind of a dumb way you have to do it if you want to bring both in. There is an item that you can buy that allows you to do it. Basically, this area is locked to one friendly summon unless you use the item that you can get from the Handmaiden. And in using it, you basically paint a bigger target on your back for being invaded as well. So it's kind of a catch-22 type situation. I mean, once you run into the fog door, you know, you're safe from any invading players, but it's just kind of goofy, I guess is the best way to explain. Because as far as I'm aware, it's the only area like that in-game. So, apparently the Dark Wraiths and the Grue don't get along very well. And if you want to collect some free souls, you can just kind of sit there and watch and let them fight it out. There's one of the summons for the boss fight. Like, we don't even need to rest at this point. To fortify your weapon with magic. And then there is the Black Knight we fought earlier. I'm really not sure what the overall purpose of that shortcut door is. If you want to go down this way, you can. It's how you get an item called a Hollow Gem, which hollows your weapon and then makes it scale off of luck, which is just kind of an interesting concept. But, aww, you want to fight? Ooh. Yeah, you really want to fight. No. Keep your buddy up there. There you go. Normally, I end up having to fight both of these guys at the same time. Huh. Our summon wields a Morian blade. It's kinda neat. We picked up the Dark Sword. Cool. Apparently, the Dark Wraiths couldn't be bothered to take out the Grue that were here. The second summon for this fight would be like right about here. Okay, and this boss probably has like the coolest intro cutscene of all of them. And originally it gave me so much trouble. But now that I know it's secret, it is a really good fight. It just, it's fairly simple. And there is a very neat mechanic at work in this fight. So he's one of the few bosses that if you get it right, you can actually get a backstab off on. Yeah, a second one joins the fight, and that second one is hostile to you, and friendly to him, right? And then, about, 10 seconds after the second one enters, a third one enters, and the third one that has red eyes primarily targets the boss, and while it can still hurt you, it is more friendly to you. It's a really cool mechanic. Alright, and that was just phase 1. Phase 2, there's only one boss to fight in phase 2. Basically, the only thing different about him is he's got, I think, a reduced health in phase 2. And he does fire damage now. So you gotta be real careful about how you're interacting with him, because he also, his fire damage also sends off arcs. Like that. It's like the easiest staggered boss, too. And he's down. So his soul can be used to make his sword. I want to say there's something else to it, too, that you can get. I think it can be used to make 2 different swords. They're both great swords, so they're a little unwieldy. They're not very fast. Let's go at least... Oh, we're going to want to have a conversation with him. That way he's summonable for a later fight as well.
Aha, so.
Yeah, there you go. Ultra Great Sword. That is the set that he had, the Farron Great Sword, and the Wolf Knight Great Sword. So Wolf Knight's Great Sword is actually Artorias' sword, I believe. And you can get Artorias' armor in-game, too. It's not one of the best defensively, but I do love the look of it.
Ah.
So we're going to sell that off. And because we're carrying around poop that we'll never use, and quite frankly firebombs that we'll never use, may as well get rid of them too.
Ashen one.
The black firebombs we'll keep, but...
Very well, then take...
So... 3 levels, roughly. One in each of those.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flame...
Ah.
Let's just make sure there's nothing else that we really ought to sell. We'll never use these. We'll never use that or that. Basically, I'm just hoping to sell enough stuff so that we can gain 1 more level. And I think we've done it.
Ashen one.
Welcome. Very... Then take no...
No, we'll take it from there. Put it there.
Farewell, Ashen One.
One of the pyromancies that we're gonna want will become available basically at the end of the next section of the game, because it uses a boss soul to make it, and the other one is quite a ways out from being available. So, I mean, we've got time to get the last few levels into our intelligence stat. Okay. So, the catacombs are probably my least favorite area of the game. And there's 2 ways to go about them. You can either go the normal way, which is where we're heading right now, or you can take a shortcut, which, after we get that item back there, we're going to do. And yeah, some of the skellies have glowing eyes, and that means they get back up. Go here, here. Drop attack on that guy. Yeah. There's a big skeleton ball. And he just killed himself rather than be hit by it again. And it's controlled by this goofball in the hat. Once you kill him, skeleton ball smashes and you get that. Now that is our next bonfire. That is where we are going. The problem is we have to take the long way because somebody broke the lever. But first, we're going to go up this way and do some exploring and item collecting. These guys are a real pain. They move very fast. They deal bleed damage. Why do I always think that there's an invisible wall here? Or, not invisible, but a false wall. Right here.
Oh, have you seen my companion, Horace? To my shame, I've not been able... Yes, I see. Horace is a valiant knight, you're probably searching for. If you happen upon him, that I remain in the camp and will lay prism stones to guide him. Please send him my word. May the flames... If you that I am, please send me the...
So basically, now we have a quest to look for Horace the Hush. Horace can take care of himself for a little bit. Next we're going to go here. And this variant of these guys I like even less than the previous. Because he got the moves and he dagger throws at you. There's a sharp gem. Okay, and did you see how that guy's eyes were glowing? It's like the world's worst magic trick. So that's a pyromancy tome to give to our pyromancy teacher. It's not a particularly good one by any means either. Like if you don't want to infuse your weapon with fire, you want to have it to have like selective fire, I guess that's a good tome because it gives you Karthus Flame Arc, which allows you to temporarily add fire damage to your weapon. So, I mean, I do see its appeal, but I don't, at the same time, really see the point. I mean, if you're gonna play as a pyromancer, you may as well go all in, right? Basically, don't swing on these guys when they're like that. It'll cause them to parry, and it sucks when they do. And this way, whoop! Forgot about the pressure pad. Just takes you basically to where we were to collect the stuff below. Alrighty, so now we'll kill this guy, these two. Apparently the heavy attack is something you wanted to parry. That soul item. to start the trek to the next bonfire. This next area is kind of rough because it's got 4 skellies that rebuild, and one of them throws crap at you. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's just 3 that rebuild? It feels like 4. Yeah, those don't really hurt a lot, they're just annoying. Yeah. It's just not great. Maybe I thought it was 4 because only 2 of them rebuild. I don't know. Over here we're going to have another throwing skelly like that. But we can put them down quickly. Okay, so there's a trick to these pots. Any of them with bones sticking out you can destroy. Any of them without bones sticking out, well, release those things. Fairly certain this guy rebuilds after you kill him. Yeah, which makes him even more of a joy. Yeah, because you can see the glow in his eyes. Fortunately, you can use the traps to your advantage at times. Ow, that was not planned. Obviously. Oh, you throw crap, do ya? Ow. Yeah, you see why that's annoying. And these guys are a different breed of annoying. Just because they've got shields. Fortunately, the fire trap can, again, be activated to help us and hinder one of them. And they don't rebuild after death, so... Okay, and then you want to be careful, because I have fallen prey to that trap before right there. If you go down there, there's going to be a bunch of bone wheels, some slimes. We'll go down there later, but after the bonfire. Yeah, there's another skelly ball. And this one, if you break open, I think it gives you a dark gem, and a crab pops up out of it. But there is the bonfire that we wanted to get to. Let's see, where are we at? Only 5,000 souls. Alright. So we'll run back to Firelink to burn our undead bone shard. And then come back here, and that is where we will wrap up the episode. Why? Why do I always do that? It's a curse. I swear it's a curse. Anyway, thanks for watching.